can count on. KOMU 8 News Today starts now.
Well, good morning in Missouri. It is Sunday, March 3rd, 2019. Thanks for waking up with us here on KOMU 8 News Today. I'm Jordan Berger. Some Mexico residents were woken up by a boom early this morning as a pipeline just north of the city caught fire. KOMU 8's Ethan Stein is live in Mexico with the details. Ethan, good morning.
Jordan, good morning to you. Normally we wake up really early for the news to be up this early, but people in Mexico, Missouri, they woke up even earlier to a loud booming noise. That's how residents described it to me. It almost had their entire houses shaking. They could feel the ground shaking underneath them. And that's what the fire that they've been fighting over here. They've just put it out behind me, but the roads are still closed. I actually talked to one Iraqi veteran who's take a listen about what he said about the sound that he heard.
I've never heard something that loud before. It shook everything inside of me. I mean, literally sat me back in my seat.
Now, Highway 15, that section you see behind me, it's still blocked off. Crews have been coming in and out, including the Fire Protection District here, including also disaster relief vehicles for the American Red Cross. Now, the highway suffered some damage, and some construction site also suffered some serious damage. We'll have more coming here from Mexico all morning. Reporting in Mexico, Missouri, Ethan Stein, KOMU 8 News.
All right, Ethan, thank you so much. And as you saw from his live shot, we got some snow coming down.
Yeah, we did. It seemed to move in a little bit later than originally anticipated, but hey, it's here. We already have about an inch of snow in most areas so far this morning. Your storm mode index is a 3 out of 5. We're going to see around 2 to 4 inches of accumulation. It seems like some of the totals may back off just slightly for some. I think most of central Missouri gets around 3 inches of snow. This seems to exit quickly. So it's in quick, it's out quick. Seems to be gone by noon. We'll get some gusty afternoon winds and then cold weather to set in by tomorrow morning. Your satellite and radar looks like this. Cloudy, snowy. That snow still moving through Kansas City. That will have to move through central Missouri later this morning. Your temperatures outside are in the upper teens, around 18 right now in Columbia, 21 in Jefferson City. So this snow is going to stick around here through the morning. Eventually clears up this afternoon. I'll have the full details on your week up ahead forecast coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. The snow is forcing churches and other places of worship to close or change the time of its services. C2 Church in Columbia held a service yesterday evening and canceled this morning's services. The pastor says it's not just about the building for worship, and community members still want the opportunity to gather.
We're like, we want to be together, you know. We're a tight community, you know, the 500 or 600 people that call this church home, they want to be together on Sundays.
Now, the full list of cancellations is currently scrolling on the bottom of your screen, and it's also up on our website as well, KOMU.com. The cold temperatures are not dampening the spirits of those attending the True False Film Festival this weekend. They bundled up as they waited in line to see critically acclaimed documentaries. At some of the booths in the middle of 9th Street, they had heaters to allow event attendees to warm up. One attendee says she came prepared for the weather.
Maybe concerned for everyone at the fest who has to deal with it, but I bike to work every day, and I've got all the appropriate clothing, so I'm not too concerned for myself.
Now, with the winter weather expected this weekend, it would not be the first time for True False. In 2014, the festival got 2 inches of snow. It carried on through that, and organizers say they expect the same thing today. In other local news, prosecutors have charged a man in connection with the shots fired call at Highlands Elementary School near Kansas City. Police say 26-year-old Dylan Ruffin fired shots near the Mission, Kansas school and pointed his gun at law enforcement. Officers say the incident started around 1:30 Friday. A spokesperson says a parent was outside and reported hearing gunshots. The district says the school followed protocol, and thankfully no one was hurt in the school. The Boone County Sheriff's Department has arrested a couple on suspicion of selling a controlled substance and child endangerment. Deputies say they found 4 children in the home of 30-year-old Jonna Vargas and 32-year-old Gilberto Hurtado. Deputies say the two had narcotics, marijuana, and over 75 grams of meth. The Sheriff's Department says there was a handgun within reach of the children. Deputies arrested Vargas and Hurtado on suspicion of delivery of a controlled substance and 4 counts of child endangerment. More than 400 potential marijuana growers and sellers have filed applications with the state of Missouri months before licenses will even be awarded. Potential businesses have already paid more than $3 million in application fees. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services won't begin accepting formal applications until August. The state is still trying to figure out rules and regulations for how marijuana should be sold. You're taking a live look over mid-Missouri here at 7:05. We'll be right back.
Count on KOMU 8.
We have severe weather and we have winter weather all wrapped together in this storm.
Earlier this afternoon, 50 cars were involved in a crash.
Storm Patrol 8, where are you, Matt?
You're going to be dealing with slick and icy roadways this morning.
That could be making it easier for offenders to access children.
We can actually work with that company to preserve data.
Sadly, crime has led to kids killing kids.
Let's not point the finger. How do we heal?
KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.
Hey, Mid-Missouri. Spring is upon us, and everyone loves seeing more green, especially in their pockets. So during this Green Up, you get to clean up on all of Riley Toyota's cars, trucks, and crossovers. Come get the brand you love, the deal you want, and service you deserve. Our top-rated customer service is there for you over the phone, online, and in person. Riley Toyota, the big city deal with the small town feel. RileyToyota.com.
Big city deals.
Right here at Riley. CashNet USA is trusted by over 3 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
University Concert Series is proud to welcome Celtic Knights, presenting Oceans of Hope, the epic journeys of our ancestors. Oceans of Hope captures the very essence of Irish history. Through music, song, and dance, audiences will be taken on a journey through the struggles and dreams of a people fighting for liberty, freedom, dignity, and above all, family. Tickets are available at universityconcertseries.org. University Concert Series, presented by KOMU 8 and these fine sponsors.
What does it mean to mow with an attitude? It means 0 turns and full throttle. It's the power of 38 horses in a town of 10,000 people. It's like American Muscle got a PhD in rocket science. It's backing up your bark with serious bite. It's blood, sweat, and blades. What does it mean to mow with an attitude? Take a seat and find out for yourself.
Bad boy. Mow with an attitude.
At the all-new Joe Nickens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're honored to serve those who served or continue serving our country and community. Joe Nickens CDJR is giving added incentive to active duty or retired military and first responders, an additional $500 rebate on our full line of vehicles. Deployed military personnel can also take advantage of our buyback guarantee. We'll buy back your vehicle even if you don't buy it from us. These offers are available every day and our way of saying thank you for the job you do. All roads lead to Joe Nickens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
You're invited to the Spring Open House at Wavering's Bend Franklin, Saturday, March 9th. Save big during this one-day sale on flat-fold fabric, floral bushes, outdoor decor, and more. It's this Saturday during Spring Open House at Wavering's Bend Franklin in Macon and Monroe City, Missouri.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather.
And welcome back to KOMU 8 News. Today, you're looking at the Columbia Regional Airport. Already some snow on the ground this morning. We've had a little dusting, up to 1/2 inch of snow so far for central Missouri. Here's a look at your live traffic map. Now, this does not show snow road conditions, but it shows you slowdowns on roads. And we're seeing that so far on Highway 63. Some of the road speeds are about half of what they're typically at. So highway speed being 60, 70 miles per hour. We're seeing road speeds a little bit closer to about 30 to 40 miles per hour, including not only in Highway 63, but also on Highway 54 out from Osage Beach up toward Jefferson City, and occasional slowdowns on I-70, especially in western Missouri, where it seems like right now the Doppler radar is showing some heavier snow is starting to pick up, especially out near the Sedalia-Marshall exit on Highway 65, up near Brunswick and Marshall. You zoom out the radar and you see Kansas City's radar is detecting a little bit stronger and heavier bands of snow starting to move into western Missouri, right along Interstate 70. We even have some heavier snow kind of working in just over the Lake of the Ozarks up toward Versailles and Eldon at this time too. So a little bit of heavier snow down to our south. We're going to continue to watch some of these snow showers pick up over the next hour or two and then quickly move off to the east. Now this is a fast moving system. By 9 o'clock, most of that band of snow is already east into the St. Louis area. By 10, most of the snow is starting to lighten up, and by about noon, all the snow is starting to fade away. By the 4 o'clock hour, we could actually be enjoying a little bit of late afternoon sunshine. All right. right, so your snow potential for today, I think most of us are going to get right around 3 inches of snow, especially with this next band getting ready to move in. Areas to our south and west, I originally have about 3 to 6 inches of snow. That's including some of that last little bit of round that's moved through. There have been some areas out towards Sedalia that have picked up around 2 inches of snow already. This could lead to an extra 1 to 2 inches of snow. More than likely, we don't get up to 6 inches. That's a very isolated bit of snow that could pick up through the noon hour. So most of us, though, will get around that 2 to 3 inch range. Lesser totals out to our east. Right now, current conditions, 18 degrees with snow over the airport. Feels like 3 degrees outside as winds continue to pick up out from the north. Temperatures, yeah, they're right around 20 degrees in most areas of central Missouri. We're down to 10 right now in Macon and up near Chillicothe. So our storm mode index is at a 3, not just because of the snow, but also some of the wind picking up through the afternoon. And some of our wind chills by tomorrow morning could be as low as -10 to -20. So not only do we have the snow today with 2 to 4 inches of accumulation expected, but we also have the cold weather behind the system too. So our travel impacts looking like this. And really from now through about noon, the snow will continue with low visibility. We're getting these quick accumulations of around 3 inches of snow. Some areas, though, could get into that 5 to 6 inch range out to our far west. Through the afternoon, the snow exits quickly. That's when our winds will start to pick up. The roads will slowly improve. I think better yet by the evening is when I feel a little bit more comfortable about saying that too. We're going to get some of that drifting snow because of the windiness outside. Sunday evening, the wind gusts continue. Drifting snow tonight. Rapid temperatures drop to about 0 to 5 degrees, and our wind chills tomorrow morning could be down near -15. So some cold conditions for your Saturday and also for your Sunday and also for your Monday coming up too. Now, none of the snow. It's not going anywhere just yet. So morning snow until noon. We should see around 3 inches of accumulation. Temperatures today will hold near about 18, dropping to 2 degrees tonight with our wind chills near -15. Your week forecast, though, coming up, it's fairly quiet, just very cold for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the teens on Monday, 20s on Tuesday, 30s on Wednesday. Rain chances to close out this upcoming week. We do have Megan James out in Storm Patrol 8 this morning. She's checking road conditions. Megan, how are those roads?
Thanks, Tim. We are on Interstate 70 right now, just outside of Columbia. We are headed westbound in these roads. Take a look at them. Even on these main highways, still are very snow-packed. One of these lanes on Interstate 70 is more snow-packed than the other. The one that we are in right now, a snowplow has been able to take a pass at. However, with these windy conditions, it has been very difficult for these snowplows to really make much of a dent in the snowfall that we have seen so far. And as you can see, even our windshield is very icy. The snow is continuing to come down and it's blowing. We actually have a semi just ahead of us, a little bit on the highway, but with this reduced visibility, it is very hard to see that. So if you must be on the roads today, and I say must because if you can avoid going out, I really would until later today. Give yourself some extra time. Make sure to leave some extra space in between cars as well because road conditions, especially on the main roads, not good. Any sort of side road is still quite snow-packed, and because temperatures are so cold, any salt that road crews have been able to put down is not going to be that effective. Live from Storm Patrol, Megan James, KOMU 8 News.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. In your national news this morning, President Trump is complaining on Twitter about the intensifying scrutiny of his finances after Michael Cohen's testimony to Congress this week. Cohen specifically mentioned 3 Trump Corporation executives that House investigators may now want to talk to. CNN's Sarah Murray reports.
Some little-known Trump Organization officials may face congressional scrutiny of their own after Michael Cohen suggested in his congressional testimony they could have knowledge of potential crimes.
To your knowledge, did the president ever provide inflated assets to an insurance company?
Yes.
Who else knows that the president did this?
Alan Weisselberg, Ron Lieberman, and Matthew Calamari.
At least one of those officials, Trump Organization Chief Financial Officer Alan Weisselberg, has already been swept up in the investigation led by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. Weisselberg was granted immunity for providing information on Cohen's role in hush money payments to women alleging affairs with President Donald Trump. Trump denies those affairs. But Weisselberg's limited immunity deal doesn't guarantee he'll be spared from inquiries from Congress or prosecutors looking into other matters. And he could be a treasure trove of information. Weisselberg knows where all the financial bodies are buried, a source previously told CNN. Or, as Trump put it in one of his books, he's been with me for 30 years and keeps a handle on everything.
Another man who's done a great job for me is Matthew Calamari, my chief operating officer. Matthew.
How are you, Reed? Donald, you know I don't care for Jen very much. Got to be honest with you. Because, well, I'm not doing too good.
Aside from that awkward moment in the limelight in the 2004 live finale of NBC's The Apprentice, Matthew Calamari has kept a relatively low profile. Trump liked how Calamari dealt with some hecklers at the 1981 U.S. Open tennis tournament and hired him as a security guard. Calamari climbed the ranks to become Trump's personal bodyguard and eventually chief operating officer.
I've got some of the best people in the world. I have guys lined up, believe me.
In his role overseeing Trump's security team, Calamari has come under scrutiny for reportedly allowing lax policies and using questionable force, particularly when Trump was using his private security team to deal with journalists and protesters during his 2016 presidential campaign. The third official, Ron Lieberman, joined the Trump Organization after leaving his gig in 2007 at the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation. Now Lieberman works closely with Weisselberg on financial matters, a source tells CNN. Since joining the company, he's helped Trump land high-profile contracts with the city, like the Ferry Point Golf Course in the Bronx. A particularly sweet deal for Trump that caught the eye of at least one lawmaker this week.
That taxpayers spent $127 million to build.
That was CNN's Sarah Murray reporting. In other national news, protesters gathered in California Saturday after learning that 2 police officers who shot and killed an unarmed black man would not criminally be charged. They burned Blue Lives Matter flags and shared stories and poems. 22-year-old Stephon Clark was gunned down in his grandmother's backyard in March of last year. Sacramento police were responding to a 911 call about a man breaking car windows. 2 officers said they thought Clark had a gun and pursued him, firing multiple times. Clark was only carrying a cell phone. The New Orleans Police Department has made an arrest after a car plowed into several people yesterday, killing 2 and injuring 6 others. 32-year-old Tashanti Tony is currently in custody in connection to that crash, and that spanned 3 blocks. Investigators believe Tony was impaired at the time of the accident, which happened not far from one of the city's biggest Mardi Gras parades. Police say a man and a woman were pronounced dead at the scene. 5 others were taken to the hospital. The U.S. and South Korea will begin their first of their reconvened scaled-down joint military exercises tomorrow. That's according to a statement by the South Korean Ministry of Defense today. The drills will continue for about a week until March 12th. The 2 countries are shifting their training strategy away from the big high-profile drills that have so long irritated Pyongyang. The U.S. and South Korea say they will focus on smaller exercises and even virtual training. Events are underway in Selma, Alabama to mark the 54th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. That's when police attacked civil rights marchers as they tried to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge from Selma to the state capital of Montgomery. The attack, which sent 17 people to the hospital, sparked outrage across the U.S. and helped push the Voting Rights Act of 1965 forward. Thousands of people march each year in the Bridge Crossing Jubilee. This year's events started Thursday and go through Monday with the march today. Here's a live look over snowy downtown Columbia. It is 7:18. We'll be right back.
I love this part.
Moments when I love my job.
World of Dance moves to its new night tonight, 8/7 Central on NBC.
I did something.
So cute.
Count. I don't know, 1 million.
That's impossible.
List all the Phil Collins songs.
Susu Studio.
Good Girl Season 2 premieres tonight after World of Dance on NBC.
We all want more for less, and Spectrum delivers. Spectrum TV has tons of HD, includes your favorite sports channels, and offers thousands of free shows and movies on demand. With satellite, you need special equipment just to watch on demand. Plus, you've got to put that ugly dish on your roof. Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Call 833-314-8998. Spectrum Internet delivers starting speeds of 100 megabits with no data caps and a free modem. For more of this, and that on all your devices all at once. Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Call 833-314-8998. Best of all, with Spectrum, there are no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Don't wait. Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Plus, ask how you can save up to 40% on your wireless bill with Spectrum Mobile. Call 833-314-8998.
At Dave Griggs Flooring America, we're all about beautiful floors that create your happy spaces.
That's right, Michelle, like this beautiful, durable, 100% waterproof plank flooring.
And carpet that's 100% waterproof and pet-proof, if you know what I mean.
And right now, save up to $1,000 on a huge selection of H2O waterproof flooring.
Happy spaces begin with worry-free flooring so you can love your home. Dave Griggs Flooring America.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, visit lawmissouri.com.
Huge President's Day savings at Baumgartner's Furniture and Avaz in Columbia.
At Joe Mockins Nissan, our commercial vehicles are built for work. Mid-Missouri relies on you to fix the power, keep it warm, and ensure the job is done right. That's why local business counts on commercial vans from Joe Mockins Nissan. See our full line of built-in-America commercial vans. Transform your vehicle into a custom workspace with Nissan's no-charge upfit allowance. All backed by America's best 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. When you don't drive to an office because your van is your office. All roads lead to Joe Mockins Nissan, Providence Road and I-70, Columbia.
This First Alert weather update is brought to you by Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Peripheral artery disease was starving the blood flow to Julie's foot. Other facilities said that she'd probably wind up with a leg amputation. But the doctors and nurses at Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center wouldn't give up. They're working to save her leg and her quality of life with hyperbaric oxygen.
A sore that won't heal may require expert wound care. Contact Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Thanks to Boone Hospital Wound Center, she's walking on the leg today.
Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Welcome back, everyone, to KOMU 8 News Today. Thanks for getting your Sunday morning started with us. In your consumer news this morning, it's a phrase you hear a lot these days, cutting the cord. But with so many options for streaming services out there, making the right choice can be a bit overwhelming. NBC's Julia Borston takes a look at how to create your own bundle and whether you'd actually save money.
Welcome to the bundle. consumers are increasingly creating their own streaming bundles from 3 major types of services. First, there are the sports apps, such as ESPN+, boxing app, DAZN, and WWE Network. Second, there are ad-free premium content apps, such as HBO and Showtime, along with Netflix. And third, skinny live TV bundles from Hulu, YouTube, DirecTV, and Sling.
There's both a plus side for the consumer in terms of the increased choice, but there's the other side of that coin, which is that choice creates dilemma. It creates difficulties. You have to make decisions.
Digital bundles can end up costing more, depending on the discounts you get on your cable bundle and how many streaming apps you choose. But for people who don't want to pay, there are a range of companies betting on the ad-supported market, which generated $28 billion in revenue last year, according to eMarketer.
There are an enormous number of advertisers that really want to be able to get exposure and make connections with consumers who are using those services.
NBC Universal is creating an ad-supported streaming service for pay TV subscribers. Facebook is licensing more professional content for its Watch video hub, and Viacom bought ad-supported Pluto TV. These are among a range of ad-supported services, and we'll see how Disney and Apple's upcoming subscription options change the landscape. With all of these choices available, whether it's worth it really depends on what you want. Julia Borston, CNBC Business News, Los Angeles.
Now, another factor to consider, many times canceling cable will result in the loss of a bundle discount, which means it'll raise the price of your internet bill. But I like watching live TV. So
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the sports and things like that, especially with Cardinals baseball coming back here next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Big thing for me to have that, but yeah, you have the pluses and minuses. Right. That double-edged sword for sure.
Today's definitely probably a TV day inside, right?
Yeah, it's one of those where you don't really want to get out on the roads. We already do have some travel issues right now. Take a look at our live traffic map, and it seems like over western Missouri, where the snowfall rates are starting to pick up a bit, we're starting to see some issues on the road conditions. Now, the live traffic map, it does not show snow conditions, but it does show road speeds. And here's what we're seeing right now out of parts of areas near Pilot Grove and the Lamine River exit, kind of in the western areas of Cooper County. Seems like we have some considerable slowdowns out to our west, just west of Boonville on I-70. Let's watch that area pretty closely. Some of the areas that are prone to maybe some of the issues on the roads, especially out in Montgomery County, that Mineola Hill area. Let's watch that area too. Otherwise, it seems like a lot of the road speeds are about half of what they typically are this time of the morning. Just keep that in mind as you're heading out the door this morning. Seems like we're getting some of the heavier bands of snow developing out over parts of western Missouri from Sedalia, Marshall, and out toward Boonville now. So we're probably going to see some half of an inch snowfall rates an hour start to pick up. Right now, we're just dealing with about a dusting right now over parts of central Missouri, but certainly some heavier bands of snow are moving in out from our west. So the snowfall rates, as I mentioned, right around a half of an inch of hour picking up. Most of us are going to be around that 3-inch range here later by the morning.
We'll be right back.
What we achieve for patients is life-changing.
You get your smile back, your confidence back in just one day.
A new smile at a price you can afford.
With the dignity and respect you deserve.
Don't wait another day. Nothing is more life-changing than a healthy, confident smile.
Let Affordable Dentures and Implants create your new smile. Schedule your consultation now. Call 1-800-DENTURE or visit AffordableDentures.com.
Nobody has more selection than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody offers more savings than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody gives more for your trade than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody comes close. Now's the best time to buy a truck at Joe Muckins Ford in Columbia and Jefferson City. Get the Ford F-150 with $14,000 in total savings. Selection, savings, service. Others see it, but Joe Muckins Ford doesn't. That's why they're the #1 dealer in the state and the #1 Ford dealer for 22 years. All roads lead to Joe Muckins Ford and JoeMuckinsFord.com.
I got hurt in a car accident, and there are too many hassles. I need someone to just take care of it.
We take care of your car accident problems. So if you've been hurt in a car accident, call us right now.
I called Nicholas Perot, Smith, Kohler, and Wall, and check this out. They deal with the insurance company? Check. Doctor bills paid? Check. Money left over for me? Check.
I'm attorney Dan Smith. Call us. It's just that easy.
Call 573-722-2222.
The Titan Games on KOMU8 is sponsored locally by Sky Zone.
Welcome to the Titan Games.
One of the most exciting parts about the show is that we're going to be pushing everyday men and women, both physically and mentally, to become their absolute best.
The Titan Games is brought to you on KOMU8 by Sky Zone. Come fly with us.
The Village at Bedford Walk is now leasing villa and apartment homes designed for active adults 55 and older. From a state-of-the-art fitness center to educational programming and social opportunities, everything about retirement living at the Village at Bedford Walk has been designed with you in mind. Call to find out about our spring move-in specials and visit us online at www.thevillageatbedfordwalk.com.
When you need a new appliance, you don't need it in 3 weeks. You need it now. Columbia Appliance keeps a big stock of your favorite brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, JennAir, Amana, and Maytag ready for delivery.
We sell American-made.
And when your appliance breaks, you need it fixed now. Columbia Appliance technicians are factory trained and certified to give you the honest, affordable service you demand.
Royce and Susan's Columbia Appliance should be your choice.
Columbia Appliance, Columbia's volume Whirlpool dealer, 1805 Westfall Drive off Vandiver.
The live Doppler 8 First Alert weather team is in storm mode.
All right, a look over downtown Columbia. That's a change from yesterday, isn't it? Yesterday, we were dealing with green conditions everywhere. Now everything's all snowy again. Just seems to be a rinse and repeat here for much of central Missouri. Just snow system after snow system. This one no different. We're still watching for some areas of some heavier snow moving in out of western Missouri from Kansas City along I-70 toward Boonville and now toward Columbia. So our snowfall will pick up here through the rest of the morning up until noon. And eventually by noon, most of the snow is out of here. This thing is quick moving. It's quick in, quick out. And it looks like by the afternoon, our conditions will be mostly sunny by the 4 to 5 o'clock hour. Our temperatures, though, will be right around 19 to 20 degrees. As for snowfall amounts, most of us are going to get around 2 to 3 inches of snow here in much of central Missouri. I think an average of about 3 inches for pretty much all of central Missouri is expected. There's going to be some areas to our south and west, though, kind of near Sedalia, Warrensburg, and maybe as far east as Versailles and Eldon, or possibly even California, Missouri, that pick up on some higher totals. For you folks out near Cooper County, Pilot Grove seems to be right near that, too. Seems like, though, the totals should drop off a little bit closer out toward Boonville. And then the further east you go into the state, lesser totals kind of around the 1 to 3 inch range. Just depends on how far east some of these snow bands work. So right now, current conditions over the Columbia Regional Airport: snowy, cloudy, cold. Temperature of 18 degrees. Winds are coming in a little bit breezier out of the north now, too. It feels like 3 degrees outside. And this wind is going to be pretty stiff throughout the day. There's some areas in northern Missouri that have already dropped in temperature down to about 12 in Moberly. It's 10 right now in Chillicothe, and that air mass is trying to sink this way. It's currently around 21 at Lake Ozark. I expect your temperatures to be around 17 later this afternoon. So far, live traffic map has yet to show any accidents, but just keep in mind on Highway 50 down near Jefferson City and Lynn, things are moving slow, about half of highway speed there. Highway speed there is around 50 to 60 miles per hour, so think of that as more of about 30-mile-per-hour road speeds. Then out over western Missouri, especially in Cooper County, from Boonville out toward Pilot Grove and those exits there near the Lamine River, we've seen a lot of slowdowns. There could be an accident there. We don't have any reports of that yet, but just keep in mind, travel impacts from now through about noon today. That's when the snow is happening. That's where we're going to have the low visibility, quick accumulations outside, around 3 inches. Some areas out to that west, though, could get up to that 5 to 6 inch range. But by the afternoon, things will start to improve a bit. Gusty winds will start to pick up, and our roads will slowly improve by this evening. If you're trying to get out and do things this evening or this afternoon or evening, try to push it off a little bit closer into the evening. I think that's when most of our road conditions will become a lot better, and it'll stay that way into tomorrow morning. Just keep in mind, some of the temperatures will be very cold. Wind chills will be down near minus 15 in some spots by tomorrow morning. It is going to be a cold Monday morning start. Tempcast has us in the teens for tomorrow morning through the afternoon. A little warmer on Tuesday, and then even warmer coming on Wednesday. Temperatures by Wednesday will eventually get back into the 20s to low 30s. Rain chances could start to pick up again after a dry start to next week. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll dry. A little spot snow chance on Thursday morning. Everything outside of that for Friday, Saturday, and this upcoming weekend will be mainly rain. Your forecast for the rest of today looks like this. Morning snow up until noon. We're going to stick with around 3 inches of accumulation on snow. Temperatures today will be pretty much held right around 18 degrees. And then cold tonight. Some areas could dip as low as 0 degrees with those wind chills around minus 15. So cold for Monday morning. One of the colder starts we'll have had in a March start. 18 tomorrow, 25 on Tuesday, 35 by Wednesday with rain chances for your upcoming weekend.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. People in Mexico, Missouri woke up early than normal this morning. KMUA's Ethan Stein tells us what people say made the ground shake. Ethan, good morning.
Jordan, good morning. People told me that the sky turned orange after a loud boom and the ground started to shake, and that was a pipeline explosion that happened behind me right near Highway 15. No injuries are reported right now, but firefighters did tell me that Highway 15, a part of it, suffered some serious damage and that a construction site was blocked off. One Iraq veteran was standing where I am right now when the explosion happened. Listen to hear what he had to say.
I've never heard something that loud before. It shook everything inside of me. I mean, literally sat me back in my seat.
Now, the fire is out right now, but you can look behind me. Part of Highway 15 is still closed. Emergency vehicles, you're seeing one right there, is coming in and out of that area still. The road side, the firefighters also told me the weather is going to be a problem with fighting this and actually clearing the site. With this snow, this wind that's coming, it makes it more difficult. Those road signs even actually blew down the street, so just something to look out for this morning. Reporting in Mexico, Missouri, Ethan Stein, KMU8 News.
Ethan, thank you so much. An image of a giant alligator in Georgia has been getting a lot of attention on social media, and it turns out the 13-foot gator is not fake. Denisha Pearson has the story behind the large reptile.
The picture you see on your screen is real.
You're perfectly safe. These animals exist. They've been here for centuries. They've been existing with people for centuries, and they're going to continue to.
The gator was picked up by about 3 people Monday on the west side of Lake Blackshear off Statham Lakefront Road in Sumter County. A farmer called the Georgia Department of Natural Resources after finding it in an irrigation ditch.
He was 13 feet 4 inches long and 57 inches in circumference of the chest, and we estimate his weight between 700 and 750 pounds.
DNR believes the gator may have been 50 years old, but researchers are working to find the exact age. He'd been in the ditch for about a week. It's not common for gators to stay in a spot that long. He was found in poor condition and was believed to be dying, so he had to be euthanized.
Once we got him on back and could assess him, we noticed he had several injuries, including previous gunshot wounds.
DNR says gators only get that big when they stay away from people.
The majority of alligator-human interactions or alligator attacks that have happened are usually people wading in a water body that step on an alligator.
Humans are not a source of food for the 4-legged animals, and hunting is a way to naturally keep the gator population from getting too high.
As far as alligators just attacking people, it's extremely rare.
Georgia's alligator management plan includes surveys and examines alligator trends in the state. Yellow tags are put on alligator tails so they can watch and track the population. Hunters who find an alligator with a yellow tag are asked to call Georgia's Department of Natural Resources. Alligator hunting season in the state runs from August 17th to October 18th, and hunting requires a permit. Well, coming up after the break, this weekend saw a lot of sports action. We have highlights and more from the court, the field, and the diamond coming up next in sports. But first, a live look over Columbia Regional Airport. It is 7:36. Stick with us.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Towering President's Day savings at Baumgartner's and Avaz, with bedrooms and dining rooms at true closeout prices and a huge selection of full-size sofas at just $3.99. Elect to save President's Day at Baumgartner's and Avaz.
Or shop online at baumgartners.com.
We never talked about that night. Why she did what she did.
If you don't know why you killed her, how can you guarantee it won't happen again?
There's something inside of me, and I'm terrified what it's going to do next.
Roswell, New Mexico. All new this Tuesday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
University Concert Series is proud to welcome Celtic Knights, presenting Oceans of Hope, the epic journeys of our ancestors. Oceans of Hope captures the very essence of Irish history. Through music, song, and dance, audiences will be taken on a journey through the struggles and dreams of a people fighting for liberty, freedom, dignity, and above all, family. Tickets are available at universityconcertseries.org. University Concert Series, presented by KOMU8 and these fine sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. Now listen up. Only 1 in 5 Americans in need of a hearing aid actually has one. An audiologist can help you find the hearing aid that's right for you. Devices vary in size, strength, and fit. A hearing aid takes time to get used to, so work together with your audiologist to best learn how to use your device in your daily life.
Watch Dr. Oz weekdays at 2 on KOMU8. Brought to you locally by Jones Beltone.
When you have over 6,000 vehicles to choose from, you never worry about getting the one you want. At Nickens.com, you can easily browse through our huge selection available 24/7. Pick the one you want, get your price, and schedule a test drive. All from the comfort of wherever you are. Check out Nickens.com today and see why so many people are proud to say, "That's my Nickens."
Towering President's Day savings at Baumgartner's in Columbia. Lazy Boy designer choice recliners starting at $3.99 and Lazy Boy sofas as low as $5.99. Plus big savings on Tempur-Pedic sleep sets. President's Day at Baumgartner's in Columbia between Marshalls and Pier 1.
In November, Missourians voted to pass Clean Missouri, which included a provision requiring legislative records to be kept public. Now, GOP lawmakers want to change the language you voted for. KOMU 8 breaks down the new bill, which would keep records private. We ask Republican lawmakers why they want changes and why Democratic lawmakers want transparency in records. Only on KOMU 8 News, Monday at 10. Coverage you can count on. The live Doppler 8 First Alert weather team is in storm mode.
All right, welcome back. Our live traffic map, which does not show road conditions, but shows road speeds and overall road flow, showing that out over parts of western Missouri, we still have a lot of slowdowns on I-70 out near Boonville this morning, near Pilot Grove, and also Prairie Home. So let's watch these areas very closely. We're starting to see some more heavier snow pick up over parts of western and northern Missouri. Some of our snowfall rates could be around 1/2 inch per hour, so over a 3, 4, 5 hours time period, all of a sudden there's 2 inches of snow right there, and we already have about 1/2 inch on the ground. That should put right around 3 inches of snow for most of us on the ground here today. Nowcast continues to show that most of that snow will slowly start to move eastward here by the 10 o'clock hour, and by between about 10 and noon, that's when all the snow will be gone. It looks like we could actually see some afternoon sunshine at times. Not a warm day by any means, but at least we could see some late day sun. As far as our snowfall potential is, most of central Missouri will see right around 3 inches of snowfall, with that more moderate banding moving in. Some heavier snowfall totals will be experienced out to our west. Your morning planner looks like this: 20 degrees this morning with snow, 18 with partly to mostly cloudy skies this afternoon.
Okay, we are out in Storm Patrol right now on Stadium Boulevard, and it is snowpacked. Not only are these side roads snowpacked, so are the main roads. Interstate 70, Highway 63, pretty much anywhere here near Columbia and throughout mid-Missouri, especially on the western half of the state, is going to see these poor road conditions. Now, we have seen a couple of snowplows out and about. However, with the wind, the snowplows are not super effective because a lot of that snow, once they plow it, is just moving back in. And also, if you do have to be out on these roads at all this morning, be especially cautious behind large vehicles such as those snowplows or behind semis, as they're stirring up quite a bit of this snow, making visibility greatly reduced. Even just as of now, that visibility is not what it would be on a normal day, especially with these winds. Any parking lots too are very snow-packed. So again, story of the morning is to stay off the roads if you can. If you must be out on the roads, make sure to give yourself some extra time. Take it slow. You can see here, hardly a car in sight. Many people staying indoors this morning. Live from Storm Patrol, Megan James, KOMU 8 News.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Good morning. Let's get right to it. The Missouri men's basketball team has had a roller coaster of a season full of high highs and low lows. The team has had a lot of fight left in it. And last night, the guys showed them who's boss in a matchup with the Gamecocks. It was chilly outside, but things were about to heat up pretty quickly on the court. The Tigers found themselves up early with the help of freshmen Xavier Pinson and Javon Pickett. Just several minutes later, it's Torrance Watson here to big man Reed Nicko, making his way around several defenders to put up 2. Great passing game last night from the Tigers. Jordan Geist to Watson around the arc, and he drains a triple. It'll be a story throughout the game, and right before halftime, off the miss from Kevin Puryear, Nicko uses his height to his advantage for a one-handed slam that may have hurt a couple feelings. Tigers kept it consistent in the second half. Torrance Watson was dangerous from far out. The freshman guard put away 6 threes last night and ended the game with 20 points, a career high. Mizzou wins big over South Carolina, 78-63, and of course, Coach Conzo Martin says there's always room for improvement moving forward.
One thing I always talk about, never give up. You never give up, and you always can get better. In Torrance's case, a good game to to have opportunities to play against the zone and make shots. I thought in the second half, I thought he passed up opportunities to shoot other shots, being shot ready, being in position. I think he was 2 or 3 feet off the three-point line.
It would make us happy to get these 2 wins. Coach always says, like a quote that says, it's never too late. So it's never too late to become a great basketball team and get some momentum going into the SEC tournament. You never know what can happen.
The seniors on the Missouri women's basketball team could be playing their final home game this afternoon against the Crimson Tide. March is in full swing, and their home or away status in the upcoming NCAA tournament remains uncertain. It could be the final time for Tiger fans to see Sophie Cunningham, Sierra Porter, and Lauren Aldridge on the court. These ladies have made a tremendous impact in shaping the modern Mizzou women's basketball era. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. today, and Coach Pingeton had a few words ahead of today's game.
Time's gone so fast. I remember recruiting both of them when they were in 8th grade, and so you think about, those years before they even get here, and then add on the fact of 4 just incredible years for us.
I still haven't really let myself get there yet, just because I can't and I don't want to. Just because I've given so much to Mizzou, Mizzou's giving it right back to me.
Some former Missouri football stars are putting on quite a show this weekend at the NFL Combine ahead of the draft. It's less than 2 months away now. Drew Lock impressed scouts with a higher 40 time than expected, and some higher-ups even said he was, quote, that dude yesterday. Meanwhile, Terry Beckner put up 28 reps on the bench press, and Paul Adams clocked in at 5.19 seconds for his 40 time. I've got to apologize in advance for this pun, but I have to do it. Tiger fans were jumping for joy yesterday after they saw this incredible broad jump at the Combine. Emmanuel Hall broke the Combine record for broad jump among wide receivers, recording the best in Combine history at 11 feet 9 inches. He also ran an impressive 4.39 second 40-yard dash. Now for a look at what's going down on the diamond. The Mizzou baseball team won 4 in a row coming into yesterday's game against South Dakota State in Conway, Arkansas. However, the Tigers couldn't get it done. They lost 6-3 to the Jackrabbits. Tony Ortiz and Cam Meisner both went 2 for 4 on the day. Tyler LaPlante gets saddled with the loss. And the Mizzou softball team splits the afternoon, losing in extras to IUPUI, but coming back with a mercy run rule over Indiana State. It certainly doesn't feel like spring around here, but the St. Louis Cardinals and Kansas City Royals were both out on the diamond for spring training games yesterday. The Cards faced off against the Miami Marlins after coming off 3 losses and a tie. The Cards were looking for a winner, and that they were able to do. Pitcher Michael Wacha went hitless in 3 innings, and the Cards won 3-4. And the Royals had an exceptional game against the Seattle Mariners, winning 8-0. And that's all for sports. Back to you, Jordan.
All right, Randy, thank you so much. We got your top 8 stories of the week coming up after the break. But first, you're taking a live look over downtown Columbia at 7:47.
If you were injured in an accident, you only have one shot at real justice.
One shot to get what you deserve.
And have a team of lawyers help handle your insurance and medical bills.
And if you only have one shot, you want the injury experts.
The team that has won millions of dollars for their clients.
The team that goes to their clients, answering questions, working day and night.
If you just have one shot with your personal injury case, choose the team who will fight for you.
Carpet Values in Kingdom City, the Midwest's largest Mill Direct wholesale flooring superstore, is throwing a giant store-wide inventory reduction sale. Save now on solid and engineered hardwood, waterproof luxury vinyl and plank, laminate, tile, plus a huge selection of area rugs, all at 100% first quality and backed by name brand manufacturers such as Mannington, Mohawk, and Shaw. Take it home today or have us install it for you. Just bring in your measurements. Carpet Values in Kingdom City. Huge inventory, low prices.
Don't look good.
Yeah, it looks like it's both. Just what I don't need.
This is what you do need. Complete the application within minutes, and if approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow. Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
At the all-new Joe Mockins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we are honored to serve those who served or continue serving our country and community. Joe Mockins CDJR is giving added incentive to active duty or retired military and first responders. An additional $500 rebate on our full line of vehicles. Deployed military personnel can also take advantage of our buyback guarantee. We'll buy back your vehicle even if you don't buy it from us. These offers are available every day and our way of saying thank you for the job you do. All roads lead to Joe Mockins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
best nights are unscripted. We'll help you be there for them all. With comprehensive cancer care at Goldschmidt Cancer Center and a partnership with MU Healthcare. Capital Region Goldschmidt Cancer Center. Better every day.
KUMU8 invites you to float your boat for the food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. Team up to build a one-of-a-kind cardboard vessel and then set sail April 27th at Bass Pro Shops Lake. Register by April 19th at floatforthefoodbank.org.
Now it's time for KUMU8 News Today's Top 8. These are the 8 biggest stories coming out of this past week. Central Methodist University in Fayette made history this week by giving the first ever scholarship to a female football player who isn't a kicker. Tony Harris is a safety coming to CMU's Fayette campus from East Los Angeles Community College. Harris received 6 other offers from schools around the U.S., but she says she chose CMU because of the school's resilience and constant communication. A new bill would make it legal to carry a gun on Missouri public college campuses if you have a permit. Polling places, bars, and hospitals would also be on that list. The Republican bill's sponsor is confident it'll move to the floor. An infant is still in the hospital after being scalded by hot bathtub water. The baby has third-degree burns and is on a ventilator. The baby's mom, Elizabeth Austin, is facing 3 felonies, including child endangerment. Law enforcement says they found drugs in the apartment and in the baby's system. The state attorney's office is tackling the massive backlog of untested rape kits, but it might be a while before anyone notices a change. For the next 6 months, the AG's office will count all of the kits across the state and then move on from there. An investigation into Senator Josh Hawley has ended. A report released by Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft says emails and financial records were reviewed and 11 members of Hawley's staff were interviewed. The report says the organization who filed the complaint couldn't provide documents to support its claims. World delegates of the United Methodist Church voted to ban same-sex marriages and LGBTQ clergy this week. The president of the Council of Bishops says the church continues to believe and teach everyone is welcome. An alternative plan would have been to allow individual churches to decide the issues on their own, but international delegates voted that down. The owner of a Moberly frozen custard shop is facing charges for sex crimes involving children. Dale Barker is behind bars for a slew of charges. He's accused of sexually assaulting kids and physically abusing them with a taser. His downtown Moberly store is currently closed. The Missouri Department of Revenue says the state is on track to offer licenses and IDs that comply with stricter federal requirements. They become available March 25th. Current state-issued licenses and IDs can be used to board domestic flights until October of 2020. And that's your top 8. Those are your 8 biggest stories coming from this past week. Remember, our coverage does not stop here. Keep up with us online at our website at KUMU.com and on your smartphone or tablet with our mobile apps. Well, Tim is here with another check of your weather this morning because it is a snowy one out there.
Yes, it is. That weather app's getting its workout right now, and hopefully here throughout the morning, the snow will start to taper off by about noon. By the afternoon, things will improve road-wise quite a bit. Take a look at our live traffic map this morning. This does not show road conditions, but shows road speed. And a lot of roads in central Missouri are continuing to show some slowdowns at times, especially out to our west near Boonville. And then in the Jefferson City area this morning, we're continuing to see that we're seeing some slowdowns along Highway 50 out toward Lynn, from Jefferson City toward Lynn. So some heavier banding of snow is starting to develop in western Missouri between Kansas City and Columbia. So we'll probably see about ½ of an inch an hour snowfall rates. That means over a 4-hour time period, you'd get about 2 inches of snow total, which means most of us, which have already seen about an inch of snow, will get 2 more inches. 1 + 2 = 3. So that's about what we'll get in most of central Missouri. Areas to the west near Sedalia might see a little bit more before noon. And then this afternoon, we could actually see some late afternoon sunshine before it gets cold tonight. Low temperatures tonight will be down near 2 with a wind chill as cold as -15. So the snow, it's not going anywhere. It's going to stick on that ground for at least the next several days. All right, here's Megan.
And I'm live out in Storm Patrol on Grindstone Parkway. We are in Columbia right now, and these roads are a little bit messy. They are snow-packed, as we've seen all throughout the morning on Interstate 70, Highway 63. Any of those major highways are snow-packed, and so are these side roads. Not quite as heavily trafficked, but they still do see quite a few cars throughout the day. Now, some of these snowplows have been able to give these roads a once-over, but that's pretty much just down to one lane. As you can see here in the lane that we're driving in, it has been plowed, but the lane next to us is still quite snow-packed. Now, we are in a four-wheel drive vehicle. Any two-wheel drive vehicles aren't getting great traction, so especially if you do have a smaller car, I would recommend not driving out and about this morning, as it could be quite slick. But the thankful news is that ground crews are out trying to take care of these roads. They are struggling a little bit with all the wind blowing the snow around, and since that snow is starting to pick up just a little bit more, really over the past couple of minutes, these conditions not super great out the door this morning. So if you must go out, stay safe. Live from Storm Patrol, Megan James, KOMU 8 News.
Megan, thank you so much. You're taking a live look over Columbia Regional Airport at 7:54.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row. Every sofa, every dining table, and every bed is on sale. Plus, 4 years, no interest. The wall-to-wall sale, only at Furniture Row.
Nobody has more selection than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody offers more savings than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody gives more for your trade than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody comes close. Now's the best time to buy a truck at Joe Muckins Ford in Columbia and Jefferson City. Get the Ford F-150 with $14,000 in total savings. Selection, savings, service. Others see it, but Joe Muckins Ford doesn't. That's why they're the #1 dealer in the state and the #1 Ford dealer for 22 years. All roads lead to Joe Muckins Ford and JoeMuckinsFord.com.
Looking forward to a sunny vacation can be difficult. It means having to wear a swimsuit. MetaHealth is your solution for weight loss after the holidays. Here in mid-Missouri, dreading swimsuit season is a thing of the past. Achieving your dream body is as easy as scheduling a consultation. At MetaHealth, we want you to look and feel your best. You can lose up to a pound a day with our new prescription HCG program. We offer you the key to successful weight management. Call us today to set up a free consultation.
It seems like with life, there's never a dull moment. When it comes to sleep, we don't always get the best rest. Find the cozy comfort, quality, and affordability of the Aspen Collection, all packed in a convenient box, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
Welcome back, everyone, to KOMU 8 News Today. Here's a recap of one of our top stories this morning. Some Mexico residents were woken up by a boom early this morning as a pipeline just north of the city caught fire. KOMU 8's Ethan Stein is live in Mexico with the details. Ethan?
Hey, Jordan, good morning to you. Now, residents told me that they saw the sky glow in an orange color and the ground beneath them shake after a pipeline exploded. State troopers just confirmed to us the company is the Panhandle Company, and weather's going to be a factor to get this Highway 15 back reopened because crews are coming from Kansas City, which means the snow isn't going to speed up the process. Now, this isn't Panhandle's first incident. They actually had another explosion back in Pettis County and in Fayette. Reporting in Mexico, Missouri, Ethan Stein, KOMU 8 News.
All right, and forecast for the rest of today is featuring times of snow here for the rest of the morning. We're going to be dealing with some on and off snow showers. It could be heavy at times. It could just be some flurries at times, but a main band of some snow is still moving in out from the west. That's where we'll start to see some heavier accumulations out from the morning. So around 2 to 4 inches of accumulation expected. Most of us will be around that 2 to 3 inch mark, but I think that some areas will be a little bit closer to that 4. Our storm mode index is a 3 out of 5 for this storm system, not only just because of the snow, but also the cold weather behind this. Tomorrow morning is going to be one of the coldest morning starts we'll have had in a March on record for Columbia. Wind chills will be down near -20. All right, the live Doppler first alert radar showing some heavier bands of snow up near Moberly and Boonville at this time. That's where we're seeing those ½ of an inch an hour snowfall rates, and we'll start to experience that here in Columbia here shortly. Most of us will get around 3 inches of snow today. Some areas out to our west and southwest could see slightly higher totals. This system has been trending maybe a little bit less on some of the totals, and that's not bad news. That's actually good news, especially if you're depending on road conditions later this morning or this afternoon to be in better shape. Just keep in mind it is going to be a bit slippery outside. The snow's not going anywhere today. 18 this afternoon. Should be in the teens for tomorrow. Could have some rain chances, but no snow chances by the weekend.
So if you're going to True False, bundle up out there.
That's right.
Put your boots on.
That's our time for now. Sunny Today with Willie Geist is coming up next.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the News app, and the Weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage